So another change I'm going to make is I'm going to change to the CB33 size tire. It's as close to stock as possible. According to my caliper, they're right around 1950. You know, give or take, you know, depending on how hard you squeeze your caliper. You know how that goes when you're measuring a tire. Anyway, this one here looks to be as close to stock as possible if you're wanting that size. So I'm going to glue on the CB33 Quick Slicks, and then we'll get going with our road test. So just to show, I'm using the stock rear wheels. I'm just being cheap, that's just me. And you press them on, and I've added some SEC bushings here for my tire raiser. And I just gave them a light sand. That's right around 500 grit right there. I like to use that for the plastic. I wasn't going to go too far. I don't want to reduce the diameter too much. Just clean the flash molding up, make sure they're round. But as it was running, they were very round, so I'm just going to keep them and see what they do. Okay, same approach for the fronts. They're dry now after gluing. I put the bushings on there. Twisted off the wheel, put the bushings on, pressed them back on, gonna give them a true. All right, so now the fronts are sanded, and just to make sure that they're as much zero grip as possible, I like to use the Pledge Floor Shine Floor Gloss, but we all know it is Future. They can change the name 10 times like they have, but it's always gonna be Future. Anyway, I'm just rolling a coat of Future over this. It works great for a zero grip. I just use a Q-tip, put a little bit on there, and I just draw it across the tire. I got the voltage set right at 1.7, 1.5, something like that. Just nice and slow so it doesn't splatter, and then I just leave it rotating and it dries. Okay, so now you can see my lead placement. I took my Dremel tool with a milling bit and I got rid of the tabs there where it would secure the magnet, which we do not need. And hey, you don't want to do that. Anyway, you put the lead right here, here, and I got a little bit back here. Just a little bit to experiment with, not a whole lot. That's what I'm going to use as a baseline. The GT40 is going to be the same way. So I just wanted to make it something simple and easy as a baseline. So not really a big modification here. I took out those set screws and I put in some actual real screws. I used the Slot corner screws. They fit fine, plenty of clearance, no interference. Those are the screws I think you should use, but that's just me. You can also notice that I trimmed the motor shaft and I beveled the pinion a little bit to make sure there was clearance. There was plenty of clearance. I really didn't need to bevel it, but I did it anyway. So, you know, this is all on you, but that motor shaft sticking out, the reason I trimmed that is depending on the diameter tire you use, it could be a little bit close. So, you know, just for safety's sake, I went ahead and trimmed the motor shaft. Okay, for this matchup, I basically have a GT40 that's been tuned, the classic GT40, pretty much the same, identical as the new Ferrari. So let's just give them a quick weigh in there. Yeah, 43, 44 grams, something like that. And let's see what we have here. Yeah, about the same. That's about as close as you can get, or at least for me it is. So we've got both of these cars set up exactly the same quick slicks, same front tire treatment, lead weight placement. And I've kept the stock motor. The gearing is stock. On the Policar, I kept the plastic wheels just to see how they go. I'm sure they'll be all right. And of course, the slot at the GT40 has the aluminum, but that's the only difference. So pretty close together. Wheelbase is the same. You know, these cars were meant to race against each other. It is Ford versus Ferrari after all. So we're going to get the bodies put back on and give them a run.